Puka Nacua's behavior has been wildly debatable. Nobody, people are saying, has tarnished their reputation more over a weekend than Puka Nacua. Take a look at this clip from last night, tweeting out Puka Nacua wasted last night. Y'all take a look at this. You'll see Puka there in the white t-shirt.
Okay. My nigga Fafa blood.
Oh man, you know where he's coming from.
Yeah, you know
So,
where they at.
you see Puka there. If y'all remember, after Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, immediately Puka takes to social media, laughing emoji, Sam Darnold. Meanwhile, Puka obviously is at home. I told y'all this, and Shady finna get mad at me. I called this months ago.
Yeah, you did.
That, hey, we got to watch Puka. Now, what y'all are saying about Puka, I saw and heard significantly more about than just one being drunk outside of a car. I don't care that much. Being drunk outside of a car, isolated incident, not an issue.
Yep.
But then when you think about what has surrounded Puka over the last 2 months, gigantic issue. Because Puka ain't got his paper yet. So think about, you are your circle, and you cannot go any higher than your circle. Puka Nacua, if I'm not mistaken, his brother was accused of stealing a Lakers player. I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here, and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code Speakeasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. His car. Yep. Then I think his brother got into it with a fan in a USFL football game. Then Puka Nacua makes the accidental, anti-Semitic remark that he has to apologize for. Yep. Then Puka Nacua snuck some individuals into the Rams facility, but he balled that game 225 yards. Now, during the course of the Super Bowl, Puka Nacua is seen drunk outside of the whip. And then after the Super Bowl, you're clowning your opponent who just won, so much so that now Ernest Jones and other players for the Seahawks are clapping back at Puka. To me, I remember it wasn't all of a sudden, it was subtle. We talked about this. Yep. What ended up as a flood started out as a puddle.
Yep.
We're seeing the puddle with Puka Nacua. We're seeing the puddle. Money doesn't change you. Money just makes you more of who you are. Puka is a dog on the football field. A dog. There are few, maybe two better. Maybe. But we are seeing the issues behavioral that I'm like, hey, if these don't get addressed right now,
this is crazy.
Given his circle,
come on, Acho.
I got questions.
What are we talking about? You already talked to Puka? This one-on-one just highlighted?
No, sir.
I have. He's a great dude. Funny kid. I ain't talking to my son. He's a good dude. What are we talking about here? Like, what crime has he ever done? He ain't doing nothing. He has some issues with bringing people to the locker room, right? We've all been there before. Bringing outside guests, you can't do that. Okay, my bad, coach. My fault. Sorry. Right? He was doing some dance. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. All these TikTok stuff, that happens. And then the dude's drunk at the Super Bowl weekend. Everybody does that. Everybody's drinking. He ain't driving. He a driver. Well, not me. Y'all become like the police. Yeah, like he's out here. Domestic violence are doing wrong. And he tweets about the other quarterback. So what? If he thinks Sam Darnold's weak and he laughing about it, who cares? He's a 24-year-old. 25?
Yeah, probably.
He's 25 years old having fun in the league. Y'all gotta stop, yo. Y'all gotta stop. This is crazy.
Here's my worry. My worry is it's fun until it's not. That's my worry. He's having fun.
This is my thing with you. Y'all be so quick to jump on him and judge him. Like, what's he doing so bad? Tell me what he's doing so bad that you gotta worry about him.
Being drunk in public in the middle of the street probably isn't the best thing.
Let me tell you this real quick, bro. Everybody's doing that. Everybody at the Super Bowl is letting their hair down, bro, and they got security, they got drivers. They're drinking, having a good time.
Then how come Puka's the only one we saw? Because I saw CD and I saw Debo. So other famous receivers were at the Super Bowl.
There's other players that you probably didn't see, but I'm sure they was drinking. I've drunk. I ain't gonna put them dudes out there, but I've had drinks with guys that you speak of. It's part of the game, bro. Don't drink.
There's some level of intelligence though to fight. No. Let me finish my statement. Do what you want to do, but at least have some wisdom and discernment about how you go about doing it. it's a bunch of people to do a bunch of things, but at least have some intelligence about how you do it. I don't care if you drunk, but I'm just saying being drunk on camera in the middle of the street probably isn't the best thing. Drunk tweeting probably isn't the best thing. I don't care if you live stream.
What's drunk tweeting laughing at Sam Darnold?
The Sam Darnold
So?
because
What's wrong with that? I don't think he's that good. And he laughed about it. So what? There's no crime in that.
To me,
him walking the street with the security guard and his driver right there, like, okay, it happens, dude. It happens.
but here's the thing, 2-5. When you overlook the small cracks, that's how the whole thing fractures. You ever had a window crack? I have.
Facts.
When you have a front windshield crack, it's just one little crack.
Yeah, then a spider.
It's just one little crack.
Gotcha.
And then before you know it, everything starts to just shatter. And all of a sudden you're like, how the hell that happened? Well, it started with a little crack. All I'm saying, Shady, is I am noticing a little crack.
That's
all I'm saying.
So I've done that. I never got in trouble with the law. I never did anything wrong with the law. I never got in trouble. Never been in jail. I've done that before. I've done that. I've been out. I'm not even a big drinker, but I'm celebrating. He had a great year. He's at the Super Bowl where all his other peers having a cocktail, maybe too many. He has security there. He has somebody driving. Everybody's done that. I can name on to certain players that you think is so good of a person or are super smart that have done the same thing.
Shady, I think you are wildly overlooking things of minor significance. I am not saying these are significant. I'm not saying you're jumping from me saying to Acho, he should be arrested. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you got kids. Trey, you got kids. I have no kids. I've been a kid. First, you notice a kid like telling a little small lie. Oh wait, why didn't you tell me that you snuck the Capri Sun into your backpack? And then next you know the kid tells a little bit of a bigger lie. And then next you know it's like, oh wait, you're a pathological liar if the behavior doesn't get corrected. I am not saying that Puka Nacua is a problem child yet. What I am saying is we're seeing more behavior from Puka than legitimately any other star player in the league. That's what I'm calling out. It's like, Shady, is 5 times this year, and I can point to all 5 incidents.
It's small, though.
Of course, that's the point.
But
I think that
nobody's going to just walk to a narrow road. Nobody does that. We've seen guys, though, that have crashed out, did all type of wild stuff. He's not doing none of that stuff.
But not yet.
All he's doing
that's
is...
the thing.
Right,
if this was Matthew Stafford doing this,
I'll say this.
I don't care hardly at all. Because Matthew Stafford is 38. He had a good time.
How many players in the NFL? It's like
1,400.
1,400 kids, right?
Yep.
I guarantee you, majority of the kids in the NFL that's not getting DUIs, that's not having domestic violence, that's not doing all this crazy stuff, that's not doing stuff y'all talking about, they were having a good time, they're celebrating, they might have some drinks, and they might be jumping around, dancing in the street, going to their car. I can see that happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Shady, you don't hear me, though.
But I hear you saying, but you're saying that they don't fix. I'm thinking, like, what's the fix?
I'm saying
you don't need to fix that.
Not that isolated. But remember, Shady, 5 in like 3 months. I'm with you. That incident isolated, I do not care.
But you call it, this is my issue with you. You make some things big, don't need to be big. You're telling me this is a problem that he was drinking, right? Then you say that, the tweet, he's drunk tweeting. Like, that shit, that's nothing. That's nothing.
5 nothings is something. Because all right. the referee thing, called out the ref. Then
that's something? I'm done talking about this topic. This sounds crazy. Yo.
So you have no. I said
something to the ref.
So you
That's
have
a problem.
So you're looking at Puka's behavior and like not issue.
This is what
nothing's
happens.
an issue. Nothing's an issue.
This is football. That's what football players do. He's a good player. He's having a good time.
Shady,
everybody in the NFL that was at the Super Bowl, they was all drinking. Yeah. All of them.
But only one was on camera in the middle of the street getting escorted outside of a club by a bouncer.
Okay.
And only one of them has the prior incident. So yeah, I do understand.
What prior incident?
All the stuff you listed, the anti-Semitic comment that he made on the stream, the referee issue.
Did you watch the stream?
I saw the clip.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was even doing. He was some dance and all that.
Here's my thing.
But that's the thing. So
because the dilemma I have is, and Shady, nobody's saying here's a cop.
No, this is cop stuff.
Well, no, cops arrest people. Like, what's the implication you're saying when saying somebody's a cop? Nobody. I'm not kneeing on anybody's neck.
No, it's like we like supervising like everybody. Like it's like, you know what I mean.
Parents do that. You tell your kid not to do something, don't you? So you a cop?
This dude's 25 years old.
What's your point?
That we grown ups policing this dude.
I'm not policing him. I can't punish him. I am saying AB has turned into a wild boy.
Yeah.
AB was not always a wild boy.
You don't know AB like that. Yes,
AB's
always been wild.
No. Not when he first came into the league, because I knew people who asked AB to babysit their kid and was like, oh, bet. And AB was chill. He came into the league as like a free undrafted kid or a 6th round pick out of like Central Michigan. AB was not always wild. And you know AB, not always wild.
But you talking about somebody I already know about. I don't know if you know AB like that. AB always had a little wild side to him.
Sure, but AB's issues didn't start taking off his jersey on a football field. It's not how it started.
You just didn't know about his he had stuff with him.
But it didn't, what I'm saying is, it didn't start this big. Right. AB stuff started smaller. Like, then let me ask you this, because you got kids and I don't, so you're more educated than I in this fashion. Do you just overlook everything your son or daughter does? It's not a big, nothing's a big deal until they get arrested, now it's a big deal?
I don't use my kids because you talking about like children. This is a
It's childish behavior.
What's childish behavior?
Being drunk in the middle of the street, Shady, is childish behavior.
So I think this is not an indictment on Puka's character. I don't think this is like it's simply a big homie to a little homie conversation. Hey, bro, you ain't doing nothing really crazy, but this is a slippery slope. Gateway drugs are a real thing. Don't smoke weed because when you smoke weed, it could lead to this and that could lead to that and that could lead. Why are you talking
about weed for?
Because these are gateway circumstances that could potentially lead to something to a bigger incident. So I'm not saying he needs to be arrested or needs to be chastised or fined or suspended or anything, but a simple, hey, bro, maybe just chill out a little bit. You got some,
a little bit. He ain't even really doing much.
But it's the things adding up.
Hey, listen. Well, y'all need to. You want y'all need to talk about every player in the NFL because they all have good moments. And they doing this. They all gonna tweet a little bit. They all gonna have friends that try to come in the locker room. They all gonna have a drink and they gonna hang out at the Super Bowl. They all gonna do that. So you know what? We should erase Puka's name and we say out of the 1,400, 1,000 of these players out there that's doing this.
I don't see any.
I want to say slow down.
I don't see any issue with that.
If I saw him, I would talk about it. When CeeDee Lamb went to the club after the Cowboys lost the game, we talked about it on our old show. Because I'm like, bro, you just lost the game. Why are you and Trayvon Diggs in the club right now?
Yeah.
And obviously you saw the decline of Trayvon Diggs on the football field, and shout out to CeeDee Lamb. He's yet to decline. But I do believe when you see small things, they can become big things. I also believe, like, Puka, you're not the only really good receiver. I ain't see AJ Brown doing none of this. You know what I mean? Like, and AJ has had his own things that have ruffled feathers.
Yeah.
I ain't seen that. I ain't seen Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he was there too. He was at the Super Bowl too. So I'm not saying these are big issues yet. I'm just saying, like, to me, 2-5, if I'm a cop, then it sounds like you're a yes man. It sounds like you are just enabling, not a big deal, not a big deal, not a big deal. Then when ish hits the fan,
I just do the same thing though. Everybody, that's crazy how we play the NFL. Like, you like this don't go on. Does it not go on? Cause see, you don't drink, so you speaking like that. People drink. I'm not a big drinker, but when I'm out, I'm gonna have a couple drinks. You like he's doing something wrong. He's not even driving. Like, I don't get it here. Y'all talking like he's really doing some real crime.
No, I'm not. No, what I'm doing
sounds like.
Yeah, no.
What I'm. Hopefully, y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not doing a good enough job in the
and
room
then
saying
and I'm a yes man when everybody does it.
Because what I'm saying is, if you don't nip it in the bud early, whatever the it is, then it will grow. Because to me, 2-5, would you be surprised if Puka got a DUI? Because I wouldn't.
He wasn't driving.
No, I'm not even saying based on this incident.
Why? Because you said been drinking?
Nah, just because to me it appears that Puka right now is moving too much off impulse behavior. In the locker room, as soon as something happens, impulse behavior. Everything with what I'm seeing with Puka is just impulse behavior. It might not lead to anything bad, but Puka right now just seems like he's moving off of impulse behavior as opposed to, like, Puka's been talked about more than any other receiver this year not named AJ Brown.
Yeah.
That to me is, and Jamar
And
Chase
AJ Brown
has
stuff was all on the field or on the sideline.
correct.
And Puka's is not. I think for me the biggest thing is that he's 25. So I don't see any harm in having a veteran or a big homie just come in and be like, hey, these are some things that you got to be careful about. Because yes, while you were just getting out the car, you were drunk, you interacted with the fans, you had a good time. Just don't get behind the wheel. Just reminding you, bro. Just reminding you. Don't get behind the wheel.
To me, it's not even that. To me, it's like, I believe you are the circle that you keep. Yeah. And I'm just saying, like, I've just seen so many small things. Nothing is big. That's what I'm trying to communicate to Shady. It's like, Shady, nothing is big right now. But it starts small.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, though. Because, like, you see one way of living. That's not I keep telling you about, it's a gray world that we live in, right? Yes, you shouldn't drink. Cool. But people drink. So what I'm telling you is, out of 1,400 players, there's probably 1,000 people that want to have a good time.
Yeah.
If you have a good time and you doing everything the right way, he's not driving. He has security and everything. That's everything you want. He's doing.
Let me
Something
let.
that how's this even a conversation is like, if he was driving, it'd be an issue.
Yeah, facts.
What
For
if,
sure, it's a
like-
bigger issue.
Yeah, so I hear what you're saying, but you saying it's small, it could grow if it don't nip it in the bud. But there's nothing to nip in the bud because everybody has a good time and and it's not wrong with that.
Let me lay my plan real quick because I think Puka is just he's at an age where he's still young and impressionable. I know what I was like at 25, and I was very mature for my age. I had a 6-year-old daughter that I had to care for.
Too doing it like
he's rich, which honestly makes it scarier for me. He's young and impressionable, and he's rich, right? If Matthew Stafford did this at 38 years old, I'd be like, haha, that's funny. We know who Matthew Stafford's character is. We've seen it for 15, 20 years that this is an isolated actual incident where it's just a one-off. But Puka has had these small things that have led up to this incident in the Super Bowl, and it's not a big deal. That's why I don't think it should be like, oh, yo, we got to find him. Oh, take his car keys away. Oh, we got to punish him for this. But just a simple conversation is cool.
Though, right? If TJ was here and you asked, what you think he would have said?
TJ might say Puka changed a little bit because we talked about it last time.
But I'm saying for everything y'all are saying about Puka right in here, if you ask him all this, should they have somebody help him out?
He would probably say he needs a big brother. He needs somebody to
That's
make
all
sure.
I'm saying.
He just say probably
Just
needs
need a big
brother.
homie.
That's probably all I say. Like because TJ trains Puka, so he would just say because there were a couple of disputes that people don't talk about with Puka as well. That like he just say Puka needs a big brother.
Yeah,
that's kind of all I'm getting at is
That's it.
at the point in which Puka, I believe his literal big brother, was like accused of stealing a Lakers player's car. I'm just like that's just
what they got to do with him though. His brother,
because I believe you are your circle.
I don't do that. I play with Michael Vick. Right? He came back from jail. If you don't know him, you can say all this stuff about him. He was a great teammate.
Yeah.
And his brother would do stuff that was like crazy. And I remember Mike coming to the locker room like, I don't know why he's doing that. That had nothing to do with Mike. So his brothers do. I don't care what Puka got going on. That's his brother.
Here's why I say this. Because who's in the circle then? Because I've been around. I don't drink. I was always a designated driver. I've been around my drunk homies. I wouldn't have let my drunk homie get caught on camera like Puka was caught on camera. Because I'm protecting him. So then, fine. If I'm going to be the cop, if I'm going to be whatever, then where are the people in Puka's circle is all I'm saying. Because if I'm out with Trey, and Trey, you lit, hey, stay inside till the Uber get here. Because nothing good will come from that. Nothing good will come from, because now a fan sees you in the street, you lit, and then they say something to you. And next thing you know,
that's the thing.
And then next thing you know, you touch
hold up. He had a security dude with him, grabbing him, right? And he had the car. So if he's drinking, he's dancing, all that, who cares?
Because Shady, when you're drunk, your inhibitions are down. I'm just saying, say a fan run upon him, and now a fan start talking cash, and next thing you know, you fighting in the middle of the street for no reason.
He had security with him. He won't do that. I just think the way he shouldn't do nothing then. He should just play football, pray, and that's it. Don't drink, don't go out, don't have a good time, don't let your hair down. He should just play football, go home.
I'm also not gonna like. I'm on a different side of things, right? Because I think nothing good comes from getting drunk. Personally, I think more bad comes from getting drunk than good comes from getting drunk. So I'm also not going to normalize like we used to use the phrase "let your hair down." Dude drunk in the middle of the street. A Niners player just got shot today in the ankle in San Fran. So like, but again, I'm coming from a different extreme. I know we got some super chats on the matter.
We do have some super chats. Let me get to those real quick. So Axel 2311 said Shady was just preaching about how to get players help with the issue from yesterday with JPJ, where small issues at home turned into a massive problem. This is the same thing. Small issues can turn south.
Wow. Okay. Now we tell him that's two to the same. All right. That's the same thing. Y'all kidding me?
Now he's saying small issue.
Yeah,
this ain't a small issue though. To me, to maybe y'all, I guess to y'all it is. This ain't a small issue to me. I don't know what's the big deal about it. The brother had some. He's at the Super Bowl, had some drinks. He had security and had a driver. What else do you want him to do?
So what would constitute a small issue?
There's no small issue there.
What would constitute a small issue? A player hitting a fan? Obviously, that's a big issue, right? So what's a small issue for you?
A DUI, is that a small issue?
Because that's a big issue.
That means
to
a
me.
big issue.
Putting his hand on the fan, mushing the fan in the face or something like that.
That's a small issue.
Spitting on somebody, right? That's a small issue that could be. You know, you do something like that, now it's a fight, you might break your hand, you might break there, anything can happen. But what I'm saying right here, like, yo, everything that the NFL told you to do, he did. He had a driver, he had security, what else you want to do?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you
No, I do see that part.
This is
That's fair.
crazy.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I definitely think that's fair. RCNG 086 said everybody else at that party ain't in line to have generational wealth.
I'm a big on to whom much is given, much is required.
That's some hate right there.
Like, but he just has more to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, people. I mean, I learned that though. When you got stuff, you got money. People don't like that. They hate. They. A lot of people don't like that. You young like that, got all that money, all that fame. People don't like that because some people they work super hard for their money and they had to go a longer route to get their success. So I understand. I understand both parties, but I know more of Puka's situation than others, and I'm thinking like, yo, if I'm at that age, because I always like to relate to what I know. I'm at that age, got that money, I'm having a good time, had a stressful season, we lost, I'm hurt from the year, and I let my hair down, I'm having a good time with my friends, I got my security, I got my driver, and we still talking bad about him.
Yeah.
It's like you can't win.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
the only way you can win is if you go home and you just drink in your house and you just
But
watch TV.
do you not wish you did anything differently? Right? You 30 some odd now years old. You lived a phenomenal career. Don't you wish?
I think every person in the world, other than Jesus, would say I could have did something differently in my life.
So now, since you wish you would have done some things differently, wouldn't you advise Puka like, hey, bruh?
He ain't doing nothing wrong though, Acho. To me, that's not doing nothing wrong. When I say do stuff differently, like maybe be married before you have kids, maybe work harder, maybe stuff like that. Maybe work out things with the coach.
go to class more. Go like do your homework. Go to do the extra office
like
service.
that.
Do community service. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
but this stuff he's doing, like that's like we really should be patting him on the back.
Yeah. But I think
Other dudes
get
the whip and they might kill somebody or they might be in jet like hit and rub.
But
and all that.
But I think both things can be true. I think you can pat him on the back and say, "Hey, look, you check all these boxes. You had a driver, you had security with you, so you were safeguarded against these types of things. Here are some blind spots you might want to look out for. Maybe when you get out the car, a fan might chirp at you. Make sure you ignore that. Make sure you don't entertain that type of thing.
The problem is
it's
this.
more precautionary
This the problem.
than
There's other 25-year-olds, 24-year-olds that's not famous, they're not superstar in the NFL that's doing the same thing.
or crazier.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Agreed.
And we not gonna see nothing about them. But the mental game is still the same, just that he's famous.
And rich.
And I'm saying,
Yeah, and rich.
And if I have a son, so I'm like, yo, now nobody wants their kid to drink or stuff like that, but it happens. You know, my granddad, my dad, everybody, okay. But it's how you go about it. All right, if you're gonna drink responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be drinking and drive. Like, so everything he's doing is right, and we talking about it. And then all the small things y'all saying small, that shit is nothing.
We nitpicking. That's fair. Let me. I got a story to share because I can relate to this to some degree in a sense of like you need a big homie. So when I was in college, I was reckless. I would pop off at the mouth. I had a hot temper, short fuse, all of that. And I can remember being in the bar one night. We had been drinking, turned up. Dude walks past me. And I'm like, man, I can't stand something. He like, yo, what did you say? He misheard what I said. But at this point, you've confronted me. I ain't no hoe. I said, don't worry about what I said. It wasn't for you to hear. Huh? I said, don't worry about what I said. I wasn't talking to you. And I turned around. Dude like taps me on the shoulder. Hey, buddy. I said, stop talking to me, bro. It's over with. Dude shoves me, right? So he shoves me. I draw back, swing on him. Whoop, whoop, twice. Bouncer comes over, breaks us up, right? I'm like, they kick him out the bar, which is cool. I'm assessing the situation with the homie, and I'm like, man, yeah, I ain't gonna let nobody punk me. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, I wish, dude crazy. I'm wild for turning my back to him, but whatever. I got the best of him, right?
Yep.
I'm feeling good. My chest is out when I'm walking out the bar. I get out to LA. I go out with one of my big homies. We outside, similar situation happens. I get into it with a dude. I get kicked out the bar. Big homie pulls me to the side. Hey, bro, you got a daughter. You got a soon-to-be wife. You got a nice job. You got a lot of things to live for. Damn. Haven't been in any situation like that again and won't get into any situation like that again. When I'm with the college homie, he like, yeah, bro, that was crazy. That was woo woo.
Yeah.
So sometimes a conversation just needs to be had because if I don't have a big homie pull me to the side and mature me, who knows what type of reckless he like, you could really get killed out here. You don't know who he knows. You don't know who this bouncer knows. He could have pulled you outside.
That's the other thing for me, bruh, especially being in San Fran. That's because
they're reckless up there, bro.
Like between Ricky Pearsall and
Bruh.
the dude who got shot yesterday, bro. Even I was leaving clubs as sober as could be, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a Rolex on my house, on my wrist, the cost of houses.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like, but
Let me get out of here.
the
That's a crazy
demonstration for
flex.